RJ, turkey or tamales?
Both.
Apple pie or pecan pie?
Both.
Mashed potatoes or mac and cheese?
Oh, mac and cheese for sure.
Well, just like I want to know more about RJ's Thanksgiving traditions, we want to learn more about what you do and how you celebrate with your family.
That's right. Send us a video with your favorite Thanksgiving Day tradition. That could be tamales, turkey, whatever. Watching the Cowboys game. It's actually one of mine. That's one of my favorite things I used to always love doing with my family, especially my dad. He's a big Cowboys fan. So send those videos in and we will share them on KSAT News Now. Happy Friday Eve, everybody. Welcome to KSAT News Now. This is our digital bite-sized newscast streaming from the KSAT 12 newsroom Monday through Fridays at 11 a.m. And joining me this morning is Priscilla Caraman. So we didn't scare you away. You're with us on Monday and you're back this morning. Thank you very much for being with us.
Yes, of course. I am back. I'm filling in, of course, for Alicia Barrera. She's on her way to Eagle Pass right now as part of our border coverage for today. We'll be talking a little bit more about that and what's going on over there in just a bit. But
yeah, we got a lot of coverage going on there. And we're also talking about the Ahmaud Arbery trial, the latest there. Britney Spears, very interesting Instagram post by Britney. And Starbucks bringing back its red holiday cups. So we have a poll up right now on KSAT's Instagram page asking people if they would be willing to wait for maybe even up to an hour to get this cup. Priscilla, what's going on with this cup?
Yeah, every year people make such a big deal about this. I actually passed by a Starbucks on my way to work today and the line was crazy.
Yeah.
So they're very excited. But first we're going to talk weather. Katie Blake joins us right now. It's been very breezy this morning, Katie.
Hi, yes, it has been. And I don't think it's a coincidence. No. It's not I bet this, I was telling Stephen Cavazos early this morning, people working at Starbucks today, bless you, because people would still be lining up for blocks if it were 90 degrees outside and the cups were free. But with the weather we had this morning, you know, people on their way to work were like, I'm just going to pop in Starbucks real quick and it won't take any time at all.
Yeah.
But it probably took a long time. So
I have to interrupt. I have to give a big
Here we go.
call out on your shoes.
You can't see them.
She's rocking some
socks and my Crocs. I didn't want to change shoes 3 times today because I did it for GMSA at 9. I'll have to do it again for noon. But here I can get away.
I love
I'm
it.
gonna move my shoe out of there.
Y'all, I am at the point, it has dawned on me in like the past couple months, I don't care anymore. Like, especially with the shoe, like I need to be comfortable.
Yeah.
So this is what I usually wear into work. And, you know, it's a little cooler outside this morning. So you
This
may
is
want
amazing.
some
This
socks
is an inside look at
with your Crocs.
fashion.
Andrew, you're gonna have to get it together.
It's going to be
Andrew's
a
sitting right
hashtag,
here.
Crocs and socks.
Yeah.
It's a little chilly. So, all right, we had a front move through last night, and it's brought back a taste of fall. We've been all over the book here with Andrew. We've been all over the board here lately with our temperatures, and that actually continues all the way into Thanksgiving week. I want to point out, though, behind this front, really just a lot of cloud cover, but there have been a couple showers popping up south of Highway 90, so in parts of Atascosa County, down south of Pearsall, east of Cotulla. We've got a few lingering light showers. These won't have very much life to them, and really they should fall apart pretty quickly. Really, the big picture is a good amount of cloud cover, mainly a lot of that high thin cloud cover, and that should hang around for a good portion of the day. So we're at 61 now. Our dew point is really, really low. It feels nice and crisp out there, and it is a bit gusty. Our winds have been gusting up near 35 miles per hour this morning, and a few spots could see some wind gusts up near 40 miles per hour at times. So gusty through the afternoon. Our temperatures will have a hard time getting out of the 60s today, and then we'll fall into the 50s later tonight as the winds let up. So here you go, RJ. So
special request over here.
Yes,
the Beaver moon.
We have the Beaver moon is tonight. Woo! So why is it called the Beaver moon? It is because typically this is the time of year where the beavers are making their dams for the winter.
Very interesting. Okay.
Now you know.
That makes sense.
Not that we have a lot of them around here, but just so you know. There is a lunar eclipse tonight. This is actually pretty cool. This is happening overnight after midnight, so really after 1 a.m., and it will end just before 5 a.m. So night owls, this one is for you. So this will be happening very late tonight. Maximum eclipse, which is maybe when you really want to see this, set your alarm and get up, would be closer to 3 a.m. and then this will end closer to 5 o'clock. The big question has been, what will our cloud cover be like? Because really to see this very well, especially with the naked eye, you've got to have pretty clear skies. Unfortunately, behind the front that moved through late last night, we're going to be slow to clear out. I do think as we head into the overnight hours, if you're north of Highway 90, you'll see some more clearing, but we'll definitely hang on to some clouds south of the Highway 90 corridor overnight, so that could hinder viewing just a little bit, unfortunately. We've got beautiful weather though on Friday. This weekend, humidity will build back in. It'll get a little bit warmer, but you see we've got another front Sunday that will drop us back into the upper 60s by Monday. Now, just out of the reach of this planning forecast is Thanksgiving, but I will have a little sneaky peek look at that forecast for you tomorrow. Stay warm.
I like it. Katie, always bringing it.
Stay warm.
The socks and Crocs
Socks and
today.
Crocs.
Yes.
That's, yes.
We need to share those on social media for sure. Katie's socks and Crocs hashtag.
Perfect for this cooler weather.
Absolutely. Okay, guys, so we have a lot to get into today, starting with some coverage at the border. The National Guard and DPS have come up with a new tactic to stop illegal border crossings.
Yeah, they're lining the banks of the Rio Grande River with shipping containers. It's called Operation Steel Curtain, and the goal is to deter migrants from crossing into the U.S. As we mentioned earlier, Alicia is heading to Eagle Pass now, and we will be talking with her and hearing from people there. In some of our later newscasts, we're going to be getting firsthand accounts of what they are experiencing. So we will be looking forward to that.
Right, Priscilla. And of course, anything with the border always gets a mixed reaction from our viewers. We have people weighing in on KSAT.com, and you saw that tweet there from Governor Greg Abbott. This one from Roy says all those DPS cars should be patrolling the Texas freeways and stopping all those traffic violations instead of just sitting there at the border. So that's from Roy right there. Thank you very much for checking in with us, Roy.
Valdez told us, he says, we worry about the illicit drugs and illegal weapons coming across the border from Mexico. Hopefully those containers discourage those crossings. Thank you, Valdez.
Yeah, and again, a very sort of heated topic and controversial topic at times. We saw that tweet there from Governor Greg Abbott with talking about the National Guard and DPS being down there. And we also want to let you guys know that Night Beat anchor Stephanie Jimenez is also headed to the border as well. She'll be anchoring and reporting from Laredo tonight for our 5, 6, and 10 o'clock newscast, right? So we got our border coverage, a lot of things happening down there.
All night, so be sure to tune into those newscasts. Moving on, the murder trial of the 3 men who shot and killed a black jogger in Georgia last year. It's resuming again today. Ahmaud Arbery died in February 2020, and if you're not familiar with the story, he was out for a jog when these 3 men chased him down and shot him. Yeah,
they originally claimed they thought he was a burglary suspect and were trying to make a citizen's arrest. So one of those men, Travis McMichael, is back on the stand today. Yesterday, he testified that he shot Arbery after Arbery attacked him and grabbed his gun. So Arbery's mom commented after hearing McMichael's testimony. So let's go ahead and take a listen.
First of all, I want to say I appreciate his testimony because it gave my family and I some insight on what he was actually thinking. Mr. Travis McMichael killed my son all on assumptions. He had no real facts or where Ahmaud was coming from, what Ahmaud had done. He just took actions into his own hands.
Gregory and Travis McMichael, who are father and son, and William Bryan, the 3rd suspect, are all facing several charges, including felony murder.
Yeah, another high-profile trial taking place here, Priscilla. And I know that yesterday when he took the stand, he was saying that, you know, there was this kind of described it as a confrontation, and then they asked him, like, well, what did you think about in that moment? He said he was thinking about his son. But again, a little bit of a back and forth here, definitely from the defense and prosecution.
Yeah, and I think that for this particular case, prosecution is definitely trying to find loopholes in his testimony. I'm not sure, it's not clear yet whether the other 2 suspects are going to take the stand, but we will definitely be looking forward to just following up on this trial as it continues.
Yeah, absolutely. So the music and hip hop community this morning paying their respects to a rapper who died in a shooting. Rapper Young Dolph was shot and killed inside a beloved local bakery in his hometown of Memphis, Tennessee.
Variety is reporting that Young Dolph, whose real name was Adolph Robert Thornton Jr., walked in to buy cookies when someone drove up, shot and killed him. It was in broad daylight, 1 p.m. He was widely admired in the hip hop community for his authenticity and music independence.
That's right. Police have not released any information on a possible suspect. So his cousin told a Memphis media outlet that Young Dolph was in town to visit with family and also hand out Thanksgiving turkeys. So we've seen a lot of reaction to this on social media. We're talking about how I'm not familiar with too much of his music, but you've seen a lot of social media reaction as well.
Yeah, I have people on my social media on Instagram just commenting that they're very heartbroken about him, even though I myself, I'm not familiar with his music either, but I do know that he did have a big following, and I mean, you're there to hand out turkeys to do good, and you end up getting shot by someone. It's just awful.
Right, inside of course, that cookie shop there, which apparently is a very popular shop. And as you mentioned, in broad daylight, I know a former Spurs player, Rudy Gay, also had tweeted, you know, that this stuff has to stop. Basically, he said, "R.I.P. Young Dolph." So a lot of people pouring in tributes and commenting on that Young Dolph's death. He was 36 years old. Yeah.
Tragic. Moving on to Britney Spears, if you have been following the Britney movement, the last big update that we talked about last week was the end to her 13-year conservatorship. Well, in true Britney fashion, she's taking to Instagram to share just a more personal side. She's talking about the end of that conservatorship and what it means to her. It's a different side that we're seeing to her.
Right.
So I'm just grateful, honestly, for each day and being able to have the keys to my car and being able to be independent and feel like a woman, and owning an ATM card, seeing cash for the first time, being able to buy candles.
Yeah, obviously, you know, we've talked about that conservatorship. 14 years. She was basically in a personal prison, you know, where you can't even go out and buy, I mean, get simple things like gas or any sort of groceries, food. I can't imagine what that situation was like, and it's good to kind of hear a little bit of her perspective now, but obviously, you know, she probably has a ways to go as far as, you know, kind of getting sort of herself back.
Yeah, and I feel like this is kind of a recovery process for her. I mean, she seems to be doing well, but having all of that taken from you and not being able to go to the store to buy a candle, guys, that is just...
Yeah.
That's crazy to me.
I know, yeah, especially in as an adult woman, and yeah, who's had all this success and made all this money, and yeah, it's just unfortunate. But as we've been saying, yeah, I think hopefully she can, you know, maybe continue to work on herself and get better as we move along here.
Yeah, she also mentioned, I have to put this out
Go
there,
ahead, yeah.
on Facebook, she gave a hint that she might be doing an interview with Oprah.
You did mention that.
So
yeah.
we'll be waiting to see if that happens.
Right, Oprah is definitely the person to go to. We saw with the, what was it, the Meghan Markle interview, that was done pretty well, so. Oh, and Oprah just did Adele. Alyssa, producer Alyssa chimes in. So Oprah is definitely kind of the way to go there. So we will see how that develops. Okay, Priscilla, it is a big day for the Spurs as they broke ground this morning on their brand new training facility and development on the far northwest side.
Yeah, the Spurs are calling this site the Human Performance Campus, and it'll have medical and research offices, retail shops, restaurants, a 22-acre park, and space for community events.
First of all, what do you think of that name right now? Human Performance Campus. It's a little...
It's a little underwhelming. I feel like they could have come up with something better, but
yeah,
what do I know?
And part of it is because they obviously want to try and do all this sort of like innovative stuff with medicine and therapy and, you know, physical therapy and tech. So it's a pretty big deal that they're doing out here. So this site is located off of 1604 and I-10 near the shops at La Cantera. Six Flags. So this is from earlier this morning. You see former Spurs Sean Elliott there, R.C. Buford, Bexar County Judge Nelson Wolf were all there in attendance. So yeah, we'll see. This is going to be a pretty interesting space there. And we were talking a little bit earlier, I think it might be similar to the Star in Frisco, which you've been. I've never been up there.
Yes, I have been. I've been a few times actually, more so to go to the restaurants that are around there. But if they're mirroring anything that's like, I mean, this is going to be really good for San Antonio. It's going to be over there by I-10 and La Cantera, so near Six Flags and the Rim, which is already very developed. But if you haven't been to the Star, or if you have, there's a lot to do. So
right. Well, the Star is amazing up there, and of course the Ford Center in Frisco. I've only saw the Hard Knocks drone video that they showed, and that was pretty awesome. So yeah, the Spurs, of course, breaking ground there, and it's a good sign because it shows that the Spurs are going to stay in San Antonio. A lot of worries about that at some point.
Well, one of the worst feelings is when you're driving and you see those red and blue flashing lights behind you. You immediately think, what did I do? What did I do wrong? But that was happening to a few people in Castle Hills. They were pulled over, but it was different, right?
Yeah, so they were pulled over, drivers who were pulled over, but it turned out to be a pretty cool experience. Police pulled over drivers, and instead of a ticket, they actually got a turkey.
Yeah, Castle Hills Police partnered with a local business, True Flavors Catering, to purchase 20 turkeys to bless safe drivers, and for the drivers who were stopped, once the shock wore off, they were giving their thanks.
And I think we have a few of comments here on, let's see if we have these on our website, that we responding to this story here out in Castle Hills. A lot of people were kind of like, oh, this is really cool. So here's one from Margie. This is, she says, kudos to Edgewood ISD. I know we're talking about Castle Hills, but she said that Edgewood ISD officers, they did the turkey instead of ticket giveaway last week, even had the superintendent and other officials as well taking part.
And then Bigglesworth said, this is great writing. They were commenting on our reporter Lee Waldman's writing.
Yeah.
What did you say she had that as? Gobbling?
It was a gobbling good time.
Yeah.
So like that, yeah. So yeah, definitely Lee has been doing a great job covering the news there. And it was good to see her do kind of this fun story, yeah, and kind of put this all together.
Yeah, especially like we said, when those red and blue lights come. I've had one experience where I was like, oh, let me move out of the way because they're trying to stop someone, and they followed me, and I was like, oh, they're stopping me. And I was like, what did I do wrong? But I didn't get a turkey that time.
Oh,
so
you didn't get a turkey? No. Not this time around. Yeah, it's definitely not fun when you see those lights. I've gotten a few times where I'll see them kind of turn out the lights and I'll be like, oh my God, you know, like your heart kind of goes up into your throat. But then they just kind of drive around you and you're just kind of like, oh, okay.
A sigh of relief.
Someone else is going to get a ticket.
Yeah, so.
Me this time. Yeah, so we have some viewer comments, Priscilla. Of course, we're streaming on Facebook Live, and here's some interesting ones here. This is from Johnny Villarreal, and he says, Katie is so genuine and fun and knowledgeable as well. Katie Blake, she's not in the newsroom right now. And he also said, you are rocking those shoes.
Well, yes, her shoes are amazing. They had clouds on them. I don't think I've ever seen a cloud croc. And we also had that poll. We put that poll on Instagram. So we got to figure out, did people wait in line? Are they going to wait in line? And the thing with those Starbucks cups is that you have to catch it at the right time because I think they run out.
Okay, so we did a poll here. We said, are you waiting in line today to get your hands on a holiday cup? I'm going to say no. Okay, I need to go back. Let's see the results here. 76% say no. They're not waiting in that line.
Well, those are not the people that I saw in line because that was a long line this morning. But
same here. I tried to get gas and I was like, what is happening? I didn't realize there was a Starbucks right there. So yeah. But thank you guys very much for being with us this morning on KSAT News Now. Priscilla is going to be hanging out with us tomorrow.
Yeah.
And also Monday, right?
Yes, and I'll be joining Alicia Barrera.
Yes,
you were going on a trip, but
I am. I'll be out, but I know it'll be a great time with you guys, and we will see you tomorrow then at 11 a.m. Make sure to catch the news at 8.